So if you don't know about these injuries, it could absolutely derail your fantasy season. So make sure you stick tight all the way to the end because you don't want to miss any of these. While you're here, if you do like the video, make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe up. I have almost no subscribers. Help a new brother to the scene. You know what I'm talking about. So jumping over to the injuries. First one up here, big one just today. Jaden Blue. Oh no. And it's a dreaded ankle sprain, lower ankle sprain, not the high one at least. Small victory right there. But anyways, he was already, hopefully anyways, splitting between like Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders that they talk about right here. But his week 1 status is up in the air now. And considering he was a rookie that already missed time, now he's missing more time. He's got to learn how those different protections on pass plays, how to pass block and stuff. He's, good athlete and all that kind of stuff. But he was already competing with veterans here that are just kind of a known commodity. So don't know how much this kind of sets him back in his journey to try to get carries for the team, but it's definitely one worth noting there. All these people, or well, Javonte anyways and Jaden Blue are in best ball anyways, going in some of the double digits, like 12, somewhere around there, 13th round, something like that, maybe 11th. This could slide him back maybe a round or two, maybe give Javonte the a little more of an upper hand early in the season. Miles Sanders is going like undrafted a lot of times now. Everyone's kind of off of him. Originally, they thought, reports came out anyways, that he may possibly get some carries here and there, but now everyone's super off him. Maybe they're just sometimes in best ball, people just aren't excited about it. But Jaden might be a guy that you draft later on, along with Javonte Williams, just kind of an ambiguous backfield. You don't know who's going to get the carries. Next up down here, Najee Harris, the good old pirate right here. Unfortunately, he liked to play with fireworks and he blew his eye out, kid. Not literally, but he has a severe eye injury related to the fireworks. And I don't know if you've seen the picture, but recently he posted a picture on social media where he was like, back at practice, let's go. And then he had his eye closed because he can't even open it yet. That's pretty devastating. And considering they drafted a first-round rookie in Omarion Hampton, which most people probably know about, he is getting mega hyped up, mega gassed up in those best ball drafts. So this could be kind of, not the death nail, but it could be like a 70-30 with Omarion Hampton just fully taking over this backfield since he's such a good running back. So electric, and Najee Harris is just kind of the old veteran who's kind of like steady. He'll get you like maybe 4 yards a carry at best and, kind of call it a day there. So with him, and one thing people say, oh, well, Najee Harris is the veteran. He's the one that's going to get the carries, but he's not like a veteran to this team. Yes, they brought him in, but then he took this first round running back. They obviously like Omarion Hampton a ton, and Harris has missed a ton of the practice. Missed a lot of the playbook. Maybe he can pick it up quick or not, but he's really just had an opportunity there, getting in, being the veteran, learning the playbook, and unfortunately, he wanted to play with fireworks. So next up, Jordan Love right here, thumb injury, and he actually had thumb surgery. Luckily, it was not that severe, and it's on his non-throwing hand. So they fully expect him to be back week 1 despite having surgery on his thumb. That's pretty good, but he was just like a quarterback 2. If you're going 2 late quarterbacks and you're going to try to stream him, or you're looking at best ball, something along those lines, this isn't really going to matter too much. Really, maybe under center, maybe catching those shotgun snaps, maybe handing off with the left hand, maybe a little something there. But it sounds like he's going to be perfectly fine coming back. And the main thing is for him is what it's going to mean for his receivers, Golden, Reed, etc., etc. Next up on the list, Jake Bobo, the superstar. I'm just kidding. He is dealing with a concussion. Maybe it means a little bit of something if he misses time, but I'm pretty much joking right there. Devon Achane, he has no setbacks. The reason people thought there was something going on, he was held out of some more practices, and the preseason opener is when something happened. He was held out of all the preseason, I believe. He's in with a calf strain, which calf strains sometimes can be kind of lingering and can get re-aggravated from my injury expertise from seeing fantasy football. So it was originally reported as a lower body injury, so no one really knew exactly what it was, but now we do. But it is fully expected with, this rest, the veteran superstar on their team, that he should be back for week 1 and do that RB1 value that everyone was expecting from him. And good thing too, even though Achane, he always gets dinged up, it seems dinged up throughout the season. So the RB2 for the situation can be very important. And Jalen Wright was kind of the RB2, the next in line. Unfortunately, he now has an injury. Considered week to week, he may miss week 1 is what everyone's talking about here with him being week to week. The thing is too, Jalen Wright has not looked good. He's, I think it's 6 foot, 210, ran like a 4.40 or something, super quick for that size of a running back. They love drafting super fast running backs. they actually went ahead and did it again this year by drafting Ollie Gordon. Gordon has actually looked way better than Jalen Wright, even though Jalen Wright was here last year. Coming in this year, he was presumed RB2. But even if Jalen Wright didn't get hurt, I think Ollie Gordon, it's unfortunate, but may have taken that job because actually in the Underdog best ball type of draft or the DK best ball, I was taking a lot of Jalen Wright early on because of the fact that Achane seems to always get dinged up. But he hadn't been looking good this preseason, and Ollie Gordon seems to, in my opinion, probably took his RB2 job, or at worst, or at best, whichever way you want to look at it. If Achane goes out, they'll be like splitting carries. So, yeah, so it sounds like, yeah, Ollie Gordon probably starting the RB2 behind a less than 100% Achane. Now, Jacob Cowing, this one actually does matter a little bit because the San Francisco 49ers, their entire team is dropping like flies, injury after injury after injury. They just traded for Brian Robinson Jr. so they didn't get stuck in a situation like last year where every single running back on the team was hurt, and they end up starting Kyle Juszczyk at the starting running back and stuff like that because they just had nobody to start. Well, it's kind of happening again this year, and here's wide receiver. They were already going to be short Ayuk for at least the first half of the season minimum. Now Cowing, they had brought in some other wide receivers, so that's important for people like Juwan Jennings. They expect him to be available for week 1, which if they're going to be missing someone like Cowing, kind of a role player, that's going to be more stuff for Juwan Jennings. So we don't really need to worry about what's going on with him anymore, even though it seems like Jennings kind of getting dinged up here and there. He is 27, I believe, maybe turning 28 this season. So shockingly old for his first breakout, but it sounds like he's going to be A-okay. So Lamar Jackson scared some people, left practice Monday, but it sounds like he's perfectly fine. Someone stepped on his foot, and when you got a superstar like Lamar Jackson, you don't, hey, big dog, just go ahead and take a rest. So that's what they went ahead and did. Sat out a few practices, sounds like it'd be fine. Someone just stepped on his foot, no big deal. Come down a little bit further, we're looking at Kenneth Walker, another guy who's quite often dinged up. Zach Charbonnet premium handcuff for him right here, so keep that note in your mind. But Kenneth Walker was able to practice Thursday, so it sounds like he's fine now, and he'll be fine for the beginning of the season. How many games? Who knows? Because it just seems like he gets dinged up, or if they were smart, they have 2 pretty good running backs in Charbonnet and Walker. They should probably split carries just to make sure that they don't get too much work, but who knows if they're actually going to do that or if they're just going to workhorse Kenneth Walker. I think he's going around, is it the 6th round, 7th round, 8th round? I forget exactly where he is. It depends on the rankings, what site, and if you're talking about best ball or season long. So Kenneth Walker seems like it should be good for the start of the season. Andrews, absent from practice on Thursday, and this is important to note because another person was absent on Thursday, and we're talking about Zay Flowers. These sound like veteran day off type of things because there's no reported injury really of any kind, just they weren't there. The thing is that with the quarterback also kind of getting hurt, getting some days off, they might just be giving their veterans some days off. And considering it was both Flowers and Mark Andrews there, that's what I'm guessing. So that's going to be all that it does for here. If you want to see the older injuries, check out my other video a little bit back on my channel. That's going to give you some of the older injuries, more stuff that you need to know. Don't forget, if this helped you out, hit the like button, subscribe up, help a brother out. I don't have many subscribers. Hopefully, these injury reports can help you dominate your fantasy season.